Welcome, everyone, to Dumb Words, where the words are dumb and the points don't matter. I'm Robo. Who are you?
I'm sorry. Why did you call yourself Robo when you're clearly Drew Carey?
What?
You made a Whose Line Is It Anyway reference.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
Well, damn, you really are dense. Dang. I thought that was a simple reference, and you just... Do you see it? Do you see it go? It's like a UFO. Flew off into space, went right over your head. So far over your head, it's in the stratosphere.
Oh, man.
Well, it's on the moon.
Oh, man.
It's on Jupiter now. Saturn.
Fuck, it just keeps going.
Uranus.
So who are you?
I'm Nolan. I'm on Pizza Party Podcast. I draw, do commissions, stoke the flames on Twitter, all that good shit. I'm going to make a comic eventually. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah!
What are we discussing today, RoboBuddies? YouTube.com.
Well, I think we finally have enough tweets. We can finally just do those and I don't have to, come up with shit.
Yes! Yes! Thank the Lord.
Oh, jeez. There's something in the tag that it wasn't directed at the show, but it's just like a guy's sullen face saying, just trying to remember how it feels to have a heartbeat.
He has a neck beard. He looks really sad. He's in plaid. How sad.
Here's one. It's from Boneless Pollo, or Come Pollo on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Is itchy an emotion?
It's more like a physical state of being. You don't.
Yeah, it's
in your
more
brain.
Of a sensation. I wouldn't really say it's an emotion.
The great start to the episode. We already saw that.
I was hoping we would get into a big argument, but we didn't.
Well, do you just assume that I'm always that I'm always a contrarian because
Yes.
I don't like a few pop? No, I'm not.
Yes.
Shut up. No, I'm not.
You like Alan Wake?
I do, because it's a fun game.
It's a terrible game. It's so dumb.
Yeah, but people still like Sonic Adventure 2. Apparently that's fucking okay when it's clearly trash.
We're not talking about Sonic Adventure 2. We're talking about Alan Wake. And Alan Wake is a bad game.
When was the last time you played Alan Wake? When was the last time you played it? How would you remember?
A couple of months ago. When was the last time you played Alan Wake?
Previously.
How long ago? Nolan.
I'm not saying. I don't have to say. You'll describe my argument even though
Alan Wake.
You're gonna try to describe my argument.
How long ago, Nolan?
You don't have to. I don't have to tell you anything.
When did you play Alan Wake, Nolan?
I played the 5th. You can't make me.
When did you play Alan Wake, Nolan?
Get that lamp out of my face.
When did you play Alan Wake, Nolan?
I won't give in.
When did you play Alan Wake? When did you play it?
I killed her in 1978.
When did you play it? When did you play Alan Wake, Nolan?
Stop slapping me.
When did you play Alan Wake?
Where's the good crop?
There is nothing good when Alan Wake is on the table. When did you play Alan Wake?
2012!
6 years ago, huh?
My teeth. You knocked out my fucking teeth, you monster.
You played Alan Wake 6 years ago.
I had taste.
Isn't that also around the time you made a Kids Next Door review where you tried to copy the Nostalgia Critic?
Slander! You're slandering my character!
So, I ask again, is Alan Wake a good game?
Yes, you can't change my mind.
How about you fucking play it then and find out?
Oh, no, please.
It's a bad game, Nolan.
It's not a bad game.
It's a bad game.
Why are you bullying me?
Because you refuse to see the truth.
Just like everybody else refuses to see the truth with Sonic Adventure 2.
We're not talking about Sonic Adventure 2! Not everything is about Sonic Adventure 2!
You were freakishly strong. You lifted me off the fucking ground.
I'm a fucking robot. What did you expect?
Oh yeah. Please don't do this to me.
Alan Wake is not a good game, Nolan.
It is a good game. It is a good game in the robot futuristic dystopia. Police can't tell me shit.
Tell me what's good about Alan Wake.
It's spooky.
Really? Spooky. Spooky. It's so spooky when motherfucking contractor, I had a deal, but then I lost it, lumbers towards you while you just shine your flashlight and go, oh man, that's so scary. It's scary.
Spooky. I said it wasn't scary. I like the atmosphere where it's like, oh man, it's a little spooky seaside town.
Oh wow, how everything's gray, how everything's nice and gray and muted. That's such good atmosphere.
It was not muted, it was like blues.
It's muted as fuck, dude.
You liar. You monster. How dare you try to sully the memory of Alan Wake for the Xbox 360 circa 2012 when everything still looked like a PS2 game. A little bit. I like Alan Wake. It's a good game. I liked it. I had
Play
fun.
it again, and you will realize that it is not a good game.
You're so brutal. You keep slamming me around the interrogation office.
This isn't an interrogation. It's a fucking
Murder?
Fuck, I forgot the word for it.
Murder?
No.
Takedown? Beatdown?
No.
No.
Oh yeah, it's a fucking intervention! And then Robo just like smashes you through the window.
And then like cut short as editing the episode. He's just like, oh shit.
Just like cut to live action footage of him editing, and like Nolan like bursts out of his computer.
So yeah, we'll put up a title card. So that's why Alan Wake is a good game.
So
let's do the next question. Here's one from Sophie Burgers at Sophie Burgers.
yeah, the stupidest creepy pastas that make you laugh. Alan Wake.
No. Actual creepypasta. We did the Alan Wake bit. The Alan Wake bit is over. We're moving on.
I fucking love. I mean, there's of course classics like Sonic.exe, which I'm so sad that there isn't like a good like animation or something of it. But my personal favorite will always be Abandoned by Disney.
Let's try to pick some more obscure ones because Abandoned by Disney is everybody's favorite. Like, it starts off so good too. Like, it's like, oh man, you know, it like starts off with like a hint of truth to it because there is an abandoned like theme park that Disney just like up and left because there was a lot of issues. But then it ruins it by doing a really stupid twist ending where it's like, hey,
dude, even before the ending, it was stupid. There's a part where the guy walks up to his statue. Ooh, I'm gonna snap some pictures. Oh, nope, the statue is a snake. How could you not tell a statue is a snake?
I've that's happened to me before, honestly. Like, whenever I'm walking up to something, I think it's like a statue because it's standing so still and then it moves. I'm like, oh fuck. It's also happened when
I live in Texas where the snakes are everywhere. So just assume that everything is a snake.
No, like if you go to zoos, like the pythons are like they just don't fucking move. They don't give a shit unless like something is coming to them. And even if they do, if it's like a snake, like and you're tapping on the glass, they don't give a shit. I'm assuming it might be different in the wild, but like I can imagine a big python just kind of like chilling out, and then it moves when the guy walks up to it, and he's like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah, probably actually.
Because like I said, the buildup is like cool and spooky because it's like, oh, I'm exploring this place, and oh, there's a lot of weird shit. Oh man, and then like all of a sudden, inverted Mickey Mouse rips its head off, and yellow blood comes out, and it's thick and chunky, and it's like, wow, okay, cool, thanks. The sequel pastas are a lot better because they forego most of the spooky paranormal shit and make it more kind of like up
Yeah,
in
Room
the air as
Zero's
to
not
what
bad. It's pretty
Room
decent.
Zero's fucking cool. Mainly because of the backstory with the actual like room itself, and like how he describes the pandemonium and how it starts, and just like they paint a vivid enough picture to where it's like, oh shit, dude, like I can picture myself in that. And it's creepy seeing all these people with Mickey Mouse like themed gas masks, like screaming and panicking, and then the lights shut off, and like you don't know what's going on. And then a few people leave, you come back down, room's fucking empty. It's spooky. I love it.
Yeah, that's spooky as fuck.
Too bad Slime Beast is busy, like not like doing anything anymore. Sad. Oh well. But
What about you?
as for me, I this is a bit more obscure. It's like some people, some popular creepypasta channels have done readings. Some have like covered it, like Midnight Marinara. My favorite is called Warning, and it's a pasta about these guys, these three guys, and they're like coming home from a bar, and they're like, "Dude, look, there's a junkyard. Let's go fuck around," because they're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy finds a bag of cassette tapes, and so they bring it home and put it in their little cassette player. And then it's like their diaries from this kid, and he's like, "Hey guys, it's me, XXX underscore Bloodman underscore XXX69." And he's like, "Man, I feel so lonely. I get bullied at school." And then that goes on for a couple journal entries, and then you get a curveball when he says, January 69th, 421. I recently discovered this website called creepypasta.com.
Ooh.
And he goes on to like he does the cliche, I don't know how pasta is supposed to be scary. Which, by the way, is one of my least favorite tropes whenever creepypasta is mentioned. Because sometimes you can mention creepypasta and it's like, okay, fine. Well, it's tasteful where they just mention like creepypasta or something. But stories where they like integrate creepypasta as an actual element are usually really cringy and bad.
Yeah, it's yikes.
Like because some of the key tropes and cliches of a creepypasta integral story are the creepypasta monsters come to life. They either hallucinate the monsters. They say, I don't know how pasta is supposed to be scary.
Wow, 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 wow.
Yeah, exactly. And just stuff like that. So like already this is off to a bad start. But then he starts going into specific monsters. I've read about Jeff the Killer and Slender Man. And I realized how dark and terrifying the world is. And it's like,
Ooh.
man, dude, have you ever cracked open a Goosebumps book? Like, damn, you wouldn't be able to handle that shit either.
Oh yeah, fucking the ghost next door, but I'm the ghost. Oh my god.
Yeah, creepypastas are basically just Goosebumps books with like more gore in them. It's funny. But
I would actually fucking love a Canadians kids show where they try to adapt creepypasta.
yeah, like completely straight. Like
Yeah.
keep all the gore and violence intact. But
Yeah.
back on topic. So they're listening to cassette tapes, and this kid slowly gets more and more unhinged, and he becomes like a serial killer who kills his family. Then he kills other
Ooh.
people, and he's like, Jeff the Killer? Huh. I'm the new Jeff the Killer, blah, blah, blah. He didn't exactly say that, but basically he's like, I'm a creepypasta monster. I'm a creepypasta monster now. And then he, who picked up the tapes, he reports them to the police, and then he gets a package that has another cassette tape in it.
Ooh.
And it's from the serial killer, and he's like, remember me? You're the guy who bullied me. Oh! And then he either dies or it's like a cliffhanger. It doesn't matter. It's shitty. It's really funny though to riff on with people. So if you ever want like a good riffing pasta, go read Warning. It's funny. I also wrote my own creepypasta, but I'm gonna save that for another time. I'm doing something with Nick Nocturne, so y'all pay attention to that one. Get to hear my old creepypasta that was rated like 7.7, too much water out of 10.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be great. But so that's my least favorite my favorite like dumb creepypasta. It's not my least favorite. I have a lot of least favorites because
Oh, yeah, there are so many creepypastas that are just Garbo. Jeff the Killer is Garbo. Squidward Suicide is Garbo.
I love Squidward Suicide, honestly, because it's just so funny.
Oh, yeah. And then we went forward a frame, and oh my god, it was hyper realistic and a dead child.
Dead children, man, are so spooky. It's so spooky because a child is dead.
Oh no, the child's dead.
What an unfortunate reality. Good thing it's only in creepypasta.
Yeah.
Chungus Blungus says, rank every Sonic cartoon from worst to best.
That's a trick question because they're all the best. Every single one.
No.
Every single one. They're all the best.
No. Stop.
They're all just fantastic. Just a rootin' tootin' good time.
Stop. Right now. Get some help. But if you're not going to answer the question seriously, I answer one for my good buddy Perplexed Cam, who says,
"This ain't a serious show. Come on."
Yeah, okay, fair. That's fair. Question from Perplexed Cam: how do you feel about mocap as an animation technique? It's gotten pretty far to the point where I don't think it's bad. Video games use it all the time, so
it's a useful tool, especially for video games, but I don't like it when people try to replace animation with mocap. But there are certain situations where mocap is definitely preferable. Like in video games with their tight production schedules, it makes a lot more sense to have someone act out the movements than to have people carefully animate them.
Plus, also, you can just go in and like edit the keys. So if something doesn't look quite right, you can just like mess around with it until it looks the way you want it to.
I don't want it to be boycotted, but I definitely don't think that it works as a replacement for animation.
Looking at you, Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, Robert Zemeckis.
How's your studio going? Oh, wait, it's gone, idiot.
Yeah, it evaporated like that building from that really cool chase scene in Tintin.
Tintin was a good movie.
There's the part where the fucking tank's rolling forward and there's like a building on it. Yeah, Tintin was like the only movie that kind of justified being in mocap, but even then, it would have been nice to see that movie just animated like the comics.
I don't know, like, since Steven Spielberg was on it, he kind of has a good eye for things. Well,
that's true.
He used to.
Yeah.
Then Ready Player One came out. Look at all the visual annoy. Robo, look at all the cars. There's the Acura bike.
Oh wow. They got the fucking holy hand grenade wrong. I will never forgive them. Also, the banana bomb is far more preferable over a holy hand grenade. You idiots! You absolute morons! You've never played Worms in your fucking lives, have you? Not even a fucking Super Sheep Man? No fucking rocket packs? No, only the holy hand grenade. Worms has so many cool weapons. You can't just have the holy hand grenade and then act like the world wouldn't have the other weapons in them, because if fans were dedicated enough to program in the holy hand grenade, they'd program in everything else.
I like video games.
And manga!
And guy name!
Gilgamesh!
Sakura Kanogoshi! Guys, look, it's a Gundam!
Oh my god. Or when they
Iron Giant! Guys, the Iron Giant is fighting. Remember how the Iron Giant was made because a gun killed Brad Bird's sister and he wanted to make an anti-gun movie? Well, now it's being used as an actual gun. It's great! I love video games.
They used the worst Mechagodzilla. Of all the Mechagodzillas in the world, they used the worst one. Also, why would the guy have to need to have a special item to turn into a Gundam if motherfucking Business Bob can just whip out fucking Mechagodzilla?
Listen. Video games. Video games.
There wasn't a single, like, anime girl. in there.
Chun-Li was there. Tomb Raider was there. The Tomb Raider.
No, but like girls from anime. Like there would be so many fucking anime girls in there. There'd just
Chun-Li
be
was
anime
there.
titties all over the place.
Tracer from Overwatch was there, so we have actual lesbian representation.
Yeah, she was in a single scene. Anyway.
Movies suck.
Yeah. Fuck movies.
Fuck movies.
Okay, so here's one. It's from Evie or at StarTease. It says, explain the plot of Homestuck in 10 words. And this is great because you haven't read Homestuck, but I have. So.
Okay, I'll start then, because I don't want you influencing my answer.
Oh, I was going to try to explain Homestuck to you. That was going to be the joke. Because we got another request from Justin Mulcrone asking what the appeal of Homestuck was. So it was going to
Okay. Well, you could have specified that, but just go.
Okay, so I'm not going to go in 10 words. I'm just going to explain Homestuck to Nolan, and this is going to be a fun bit for the whole family.
Right.
Okay, so the story opens. You're John Egbert. It's your birthday. Wowee.
Wow.
Your father left you a nice little note and everything. Hooray.
My dad hasn't left me anything since 1992.
And there's a brand new Vitero game out. It's called Spurb. You chat with your cool friends about, oh man, we gotta play ourselves some Spurb. Let's do it. And so they do. And so they start, after some shenanigans, they start playing the game, and an actual literal meteor storm showers through and destroys the planet. And there's this really cool scene where Dave's brother just slices the meteor in half, but it doesn't matter because he dies. But that doesn't matter either because he was a shitty brother. Anyway, so they all join the game. There's a part where John tosses the ashes of his grandmother into a thing, so now his grandma's ghost is helping him out. And they explore the world of Spurb. And while they do, they meet these 12 troll guys. And the troll guys are like, yo, we don't like you because we tried to make a new world and it failed. And it became your world, but we wanted it and we couldn't because Jade's dog fused with a guy from another universe and also grew wings and shit and sliced the Homestuck in half, so none of the trolls could get there. So one of them was like, okay, well, let's just harass these kids, that'll fix everything. And it didn't. And like 2 acts later they all just kill each other. So don't bother getting attached to anyone because they dead, but it's fine because they're not dead because they're ghosts. But then the ghosts die sometimes, but the ghosts sometimes don't, and sometimes they can bring the ghost back. So death is basically like death in Dragon Ball, where it's completely fucking worthless, and you don't have to feel bad at all when a character dies.
Unless you're a fan troll that contributed $10,000 to a faulty game Kickstarter.
Yeah. Anyway,
Continue.
So you follow me so far? So far? Okay.
Okay. Let me just clarify so I'm on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Kids play game.
Mm-hmm.
Game destroys their world, but doesn't really. They go in. They're ghosts.
No, it
now.
destroys their world. Their world is dead. They're not ghosts.
Somebody's a ghost. That person's a ghost right there. Do you see them in the studio floating by? That's a ghost.
Yeah, but dude, that's just Jameson. Don't be mean to Jameson.
Fuck you, Jameson. Get the fuck out of the studio.
Hey, stop being an asshole to Jameson. He's a good boy. He's been such a solid intern.
Jameson didn't stock the craft table.
It was your turn, Nolan.
No, fuck it was. It was Jameson. God damn it. Just continue with the fucking story. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So anyway, speaking of which, the troll stuff. So the trolls tried to play the game. One of them died, but then her spirit got put in a robot, and then the robot kissed the guy who built the robot, because the guy who built the robot had a crush on her, and she was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She beat him up, she flew away, and now there's a bunch of robot clothes of hers. And meanwhile, there's like cool girl Vriska, who's being a cool girl, but except she's also an ass to her friend Terezi, because she's like, hey Terezi, go look at the sun. And Terezi's like, okay, and she looks at the sun and then she goes blind because her eyes bleed. And so Carcat's all like, I'm sad, I can't find a love, I like rom-coms. And Eridan's like, why don't girls like me? And Veferi's like, because you're an asshole and no one likes you. And Eridan's like, wah, but and then later he kills a bunch of characters, but he also dies. And like legit, there's a part later in the story where they're like, hey, what characters should we bring back to life since we can do that? Well, definitely not Eridan. Yeah, agreed. Like that was like legit a conversation that some characters had. Anyway, so while this is happening, there's a gang fight with another universe version of Jack Noir, because there's multiple Jack Noirs. So these Jack Noirs are trying to kill this one woman because she's a bitch. Except they can't kill her, because if they kill her, they kill the universe. And also, like as John and friends play the game, they soon realize, well, hey, this game's kind of fucked. It's legit broken. We can't win it. What are we gonna do? And they're like, oh, I know. We'll break through dimensions into another session and force that one into winning by taking a part of our game that part doesn't have and like implant it. We need the universe frog, basically. And we have to blow up a tumor. I forget why they have to blow up the tumor, but they have to blow up the tumor. So Dave and Rose are like, okay, we're gonna go do it. We have a bomb. We're gonna blow up the tumor. And then the god dog fuses with Jade. Jade fuses with a different dog? I don't know. At some point she fuses with a dog. And now she's a dog girl with space powers. And she takes the space powers and she flies with John through the fourth wall to travel between dimensions. And meanwhile, David and Rose, they blow up the tumor and then they die, except they don't, because they go God tier. Hooray! And John and Jade are also God tier. So it's all good. And then they travel through space for a few years, and Jade tries dating a bird ghost version of an alternate universe Dave that died in a timeline, but that doesn't work out. And they play video games and they chat, and Rose becomes an alcoholic, and Dave and Carcat become bros, and they travel through dimensions. And meanwhile, in the dream bubbles, which are the universe that the ghosts live in, the ghosts are on their own adventure because they have to destroy Lord English, who's the actual villain, because he wants to kill every. Are you following me so far?
So they become god tier.
Yeah.
And they travel in space with
no, they travel between dimensions. They broke through the fourth wall.
They travel between dimensions, and then they use the sonic power cannon to blast the Metarex to smithereens. Mm-hmm. So then Egbert and Dave have to go super and stop the Metarex's planet seed from spreading.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jade turns into a rose and sacrifices herself.
Mm-hmm. And Vriska has to fire the sonic cannon at them. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm caught up. Go ahead.
Okay, so the Lord English is actually a snake man, and he has this alternate personality that's like his twin sister, who's a snake girl. But then they split, and his twin sister doesn't believe in herself. But then they find an alternate universe version of her who does believe in herself, and she starts dating the alternate universe Rose's mom sister, and they meet Rose's mom sisters or Jade's grandpa brother. Dave's brother, father, grandpa, and John's like grandma, sister, daughter, because of cloning shenanigans. And they meet up, and then their world gets fucked because there's also a hot fish queen who's also doing her own thing and fucking everything up.
When does the fish queen come in? What does she establish? Is it just like, oh hey guys, I was operating in the background the entire time, but you didn't?
Oh no, sorry, the hot fish queen has been around. She was established pretty early on. She's like an ancestor of the trolls, and there's also an alternate universe kid ghost version of her who's pretty cool. But the fish queen basically wants to hijack the kids' game so that she can revive all of the trolls and just take their planet, but that also means killing all the humans. So they gotta stop the condense.
Most of the humans are already dead, though, aren't they? Because they're fucking destroyed.
Well, yeah, but she's gonna prevent these guys from making their new universe, because the whole point of Sperm is to make a new universe.
So
like, you can't save the world. The world is fucked.
So they're gonna make a new world that's basically gonna be the old one, but new? Or
yes.
Didn't Ben 10 do that? There was like an episode where the Earth gets destroyed, but Ben just makes a copy of it and he's like, haha, problem solved.
Yes.
Wait, Rick and Morty did that too, where the Cronenberg...
Rick and Morty ripped off Homestuck. Pass it on.
I've never heard something that actually made me have a bad, sour, burning taste in my mouth, but you somehow did it. Good job. Continue.
Okay, so Hot Fish Queen, who's also Betty Crocker, by the way, I forgot to mention that. Hot Fish Queen Betty Crocker is trying to she like mind controls Rose's daughter, mom, sister, who's like a void thief with me, which means she could make something out of nothing, basically. And she makes her make a new egg that'll hatch a new generation of trolls to restart the troll race. And she also mind hijacks Jade and the two, and also John's grandma, sister, daughter, and they fuck everything up. And John's a ghost for a bit, but then he meets up with the other ghosts, and the ghosts are like, hey, look, we found a treasure. And John's like, it's a magical day. And that treasure allows him to try and travel. And because of that, he like warps between different, like if you go through early panels of Homestuck, you can see like an arm sticking out, and you're like, where'd that arm come from? And this is where the arm came from. Because John's like sticking his hand through the time portal. So he time travels. He goes back in time and stops the troll kids from killing each other, so that Vriska doesn't die. And then he travels back to the present, and all the ghosts and also Vriska fight a big war, sicking all of the ghosts against Lord English. And meanwhile, the characters have to fight the Condens. Are you following me still? Do you have any questions?
So, if they could travel back in time, why didn't they just stop the whole series from happening? Or is that what they're doing now?
Because they gotta make the new world.
They could just save the old world by going back in time.
But that would prevent all of humans from existing. Like, if they go back and stop like the fucking Bec Noir from stopping the trolls, then none of the humans would exist. And if they stopped the kids from playing the game, then the trolls would be doomed and they'd never be able to revive their race. Duh.
This sounds like Andrew Hussey was like, I'm just gonna write shit. I don't care.
Basically. Anyway, so they're all fighting each other, and meanwhile, they get the universe frog, and they manage to make the tadpole for the new universe, and they fight each other for a while, and then Vriska uses magic item to trap Lord English in the doomed universe, while all the other characters move on to the newly created universe. The end. Except there's some Snapchats. It's just characters hanging out, though, so don't worry.
So everybody's cool now. It's fine.
Yes.
And people took the story seriously?
Yes.
Even though it's a crock of shit?
Yes.
Okay, well, you've spoken for what I can only assume is 10 minutes, yet I feel like 10 decades have been taken off my lifespan. It's a good thing I'm immortal, otherwise I would be very, very upset with you right now. So,
Okay, so I'll let you pick the next question since I wasted your life.
no, you didn't. Like I said, I'm immortal, so fine. Milana 00123456 says, I'm a gamer.
You sure are.
Good for you, Milana.
I am Moana! With the gamer hat.
Okay. Can we get the obligatory clip show episode for dumb words? Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Play the
Wait,
clips.
who asked that?
Pleo T crap artist. Pleo T the crap artist wants a clip show. So play the clips, editor.
Hey Nolan, remember the time that we went mountain climbing?
Hey Robo, do you remember the time read a fan fiction multiple times?
Do you remember the time when we went to that burger place and the monster truck from Monster Truck showed up and Creech like winked at you and was like totally giving you the look?
I don't remember that.
Oh man, you missed it. Creech was giving you the look.
Oh, that's sad.
You got you gotta go to that one Reddit. Like, I was the guy eating the burger. You were the monster inside the truck. Let's meet.
Here's a good one from at Goblin Scribe, Nick Sherman Geyer. So, your Sunset Shimmer video gives the impression you've watched some My Little Pony. So, what was up with that whole thing? As a cartoon series goes, do you think Friendship is Magic really deserved that fan base, or was it purely a fad? I used to be a big fan, and that question still nags me. Well, Nick Sherman Geyer, I think it was a mix of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
One thing was nobody expected the show to be like really high quality like it was, or I guess high quality in relative terms to what came before it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody expected My Little Pony to be like somewhat nuanced, and I say nuanced very loosely and not in like as strongly as I normally would.
More nuanced than a baby show usually is.
Yeah, nobody expected 4chan of all places to pick it up and turn it into like a big meme, which then led to people actually ironically enjoying the show outside of its demographic. And then that in turn caught the mainstream attention because it was like, why are these grown men watching a cartoon meant for little girls?
Ooh.
And then Saber Spark was in a documentary film, and then like I like dealt with Derpygate because I was friends with Pan, so you know, I sort of just kind of absorbed everything by osmosis. I like the show. I'd like take the time to watch it here and there, but like I sort of just get sidetracked and go watch something else like It's Always Sunny because I like my fucked up comedy. But yeah, that's why it was a combination of things with the domino effect. It sort of just happened, lightning in a bottle, as it were. They'll never catch that again, ever, at least not intentionally.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Show's all right. I don't really care for it.
Oh. Then why'd you watch Equestria Girls? Were you like memeing it up or?
Okay, so real talk about why I watched Equestria Girls.
This ought to be good.
I was depressed, and I was just sort of like crying, and I was like, I gotta do something that isn't crying right now. So I watched Equestria Girls.
The last movie I did that with, I watched The Secret of Kells, which is a really, really fucking good movie.
I fucking love The Secret of Kells.
I want to watch Song of the Sea and the other ones, but I keep like fucking up and just not watching it because I'm lazy.
Me too.
Plus, also, I'm worried that now that I'm a cynical asshole, I'll go back and watch it and not like it anymore. So it's like one of those movies where I don't want to ruin my memory of it because it
I'm a cynical asshole and I love Secret of Kells.
No, I know that, but like, you know, when you capture something at just the right time and it's a magical experience, and then you go back and like revisit it and it's like, it's still good, but it's not like, it doesn't have the same oomph to it, you know? like that type of thing. That's why I don't want to go back and watch it, because I feel like I'll just disappoint myself.
Well, I don't think you'd be disappointed, but this guy sent us like apparently some sort of flame war he went in. Let me take a look and see if it's got any comedy material.
I don't want to read some guy's flame war. This thing is fucking long. Damn.
Yeah, and the image isn't big enough, so I can't read the text.
Yeah, the text is too. I don't even know if this pertains to us.
Yeah. Sorry, my floor ice cream. We can't read your thing.
This probably won't even be used. Why are you even addressing him? Unless you are going to address it, like you're going to put this in now just to spite me in that comment. It's like a 10-second video, just like, no one thinks I won't put this in. Fool, arrogant fool. You're doing it now, aren't you? You're literally just doing it right now. You're just like going on your computer and just editing it. Stop it! No, get away from there. Get away from the panel. No, Jameson, fucking stop her.
Jameson's just like, woo, and he just like floats away through the wall.
Fucking asshole intern.
Stop being a dick to Jameson. Maybe, I bet he'd listen to you if you actually treat him with this respect he deserves.
He's dead. What respect does he deserve?
But we're dead inside. Are you saying we're undeserving of respect? Oh wait, yes we are. We absolutely are.
I was gonna like, are you fucking fool? Are you kidding me? You think we deserve respect? Somebody gonna walk in here and be like, "Oh, hello, Mr. and Mrs. Dumbwords. How are you guys doing today?" We're just sitting, like, sipping on a cup of coffee, just like,
"Oh yes, so lovely."
And
we're doing great today.
Yes, I love vodka in my coffee.
And I just like collapse on the floor.
Yes, quite. And then I collapse too.
Penny Parker says, "Oh hell yeah!" I just wanted to say hi, Penny.
Is that a Snap Cube?
It is.
Penny. Penny, let's bring Penny in here right now.
Right now?
Just bring her right in. She's making a mockery of our internet video show.
She's not online.
God damn it.
Opinions on Smash by Alfredo or Alphastone.
It's gonna be so fucking lit.
I don't play fighting games.
But oh yeah, that's right. When I was over at Robo's house, I really wanted to play Smash Bros, and she really didn't want to until I eventually forced her. Then she just made her brother play.
Yeah.
And I was like, Robo, I want to play Smash Brothers with you. She was like,
I don't like fighting games. I'm bad at them.
But I'm bad at everything, and you still hang out with me.
That's not true.
Name one thing I'm good at now.
Good at being my friend.
Good one. Okay. Yeah, sure. This is funny. Next question.
Okay. Jacob Weasel asks, "Why are we still here? Just to suffer?"
Damn, looks like somebody else played Metal Gear Solid 5.
Yeah. Also, I want to say, for the dumb words, y'all don't have to just ask questions. You can also just post videos or articles or images. Just shit to talk about, man.
Talking points.
Yeah. Hugo E. Beds asks, "What is the worst gaming experience you've ever had?" Or Hugo Bedward at Hugo Bedward. Yes.
When I was playing Metal Gear Solid 5, there was this mission where you have to escort child soldiers to your helicopter to take them to your mother base to educate them and stuff. Never have an escort mission in a game, especially one that involves stealth. Never. do that because it's bad. I managed to do fine up until I got them to the helicopter because I was being chased by people, and they don't jump into the helicopter themselves. You have to like manually put each and every child onto the helicopter yourself, which is annoying. But what happened was these people were coming, and I couldn't stop them or anything. And I couldn't like refill my ammo in time, like, because you have to get Fulton drops. So I like killed myself, and I'm like, okay, I'll just restart. I started at the checkpoint, but the enemies start at the checkpoint too. So I spent this like hour and a half, like 2 or 3 hour long mission, like trying to get these kids to the fucking helicopter, and then it locked me in a checkpoint. So I had to restart the whole thing. I don't think I've ever been so mad at a game in my life. I had a meltdown, like one of the worst ones I've ever had. Because, like, on top of that, I also had a really shitty day. Like, on top of that, I got into a fight with my dad. School was really bad. And then I was just like, yeah, I just had a meltdown. And then at that moment, I was like, I am never, ever going to have a meltdown at a video game ever again. And I still haven't, so that's good. Okay. Metal Gear Solid 5 made me so mad I never got mad at a video game ever again.
Damn. It's like you're zen now. You've achieved inner peace because you just got all your rage out on MGS5.
Yeah. What about you? It's your turn now.
Okay, so I've had a couple, but this one is recent, and Nolan was there too.
Oh boy.
So, one time, me, Nolan, and 2 friends, or 3 friends, I think, were playing Don't Starve together. Don't Starve together is... Yeah, you know what I'm talking about now, aren't you?
Go on.
So, one of those friends, I'm gonna call him Bernard.
Sleepy Bernard, we'll call him.
Sleepy Bernard, yes.
Sleepy Bernard. Okay, editor, don't put up a picture of Bedhead Bernie because he is not related to this.
He's not Bedhead Bernie, he's Sleepy Bernard.
He's Sleepy Bernard, but continue with your story.
So, Sleepy Bernard decided, hey, instead of working with everyone to survive, which is the goal of the game.
That's literally the point of the game. That's in the title. Literally
the title. Don't starve. The title is
Don't Starve Together. That's the title of the fucking game.
He decided to just like fuck around, mess with shit, and aggro enemies, and then charge toward camp. And in one particular instance, he aggroed an entire pack of wolves right toward our base. So we're all there, we're dying and reviving and fighting these wolves. And then suddenly, our chest catches fire. And before we know it, everything has caught fire. And Bernie is like, oh, I didn't know you could light stuff on fire. Sorry, Bernard.
You didn't even... Continue.
And yeah, Bernard burned down our entire camp. All of our food items, all of our tools, all of our drying racks, our farm.
Yeah, we had tons of jerky saved up for winter.
And then the next day it was winter.
Yeah, he set fire to our camp. We lost everything, and then it was winter, which is the worst season you could possibly deal with.
The whole point of you basically have to prepare for winter as the game goes. And after all this careful preparation, just there it goes. Gone. Up like Christmas.
Literally Christmas because it was winter.
And then we all died.
You know what he did? We fucking nipped it in the ass and we died.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bernard. Thanks, Sleepy Bernard. You fucking prick.
Thank you, Sleepy Bernard.
You were mad. You were very, very angry at him. I
was fucking pissed.
I've never seen you like cuss anybody out. until then. I've
Was
seen
I
you done it plenty
was
of
I
times since. So,
was I cussing him out?
well, like low key cussing him out. You weren't like swearing at him, but you were like digging into Bernard. He was just like, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you could do that," and you were like, "Ah!" It was funny.
Really? Really now, Sleepy Bernard? You didn't know. You didn't see the light fire option. You didn't see that? You just didn't know? You didn't realize that when your right click option is light on fire, something will light on fire? Wow, Sleepy Bernard. Wow. That's such a discovery you've made. You better write that shit down in the history books. You better let the world know. Go to town with that fucking bell and be like, extra, extra, you can light shit on fire by lighting it on fire. Because now the world will know. Thank you, Sleepy Bernard. You've saved us all because we now know that we can light stuff on fire by lighting it on fire. Thank you. Fucker.
Holy shit.
Andrian Husdo asks, what's next?
Brendan A. Chapman at friend Ann 713. I hate the word doily and everything it stands for.
I don't think that's like for this show. I think it was just put in the dumb words hashtag. He thinks it's a dumb word.
Listen, doily reminds me of like a moist type thing, like a word that you just hate because it makes your skin crawl, you know? Like
doily almost sounds like what you'd call like a sex thing, you know, like you'd like someone would be what's that?
I think about I think about like a sex thing with like diapers or something. Like I made a doily, which sounds fucking disgusting.
I was thinking like a weird butt plug. You just went right to the diaper stuff.
Yeah, because like somebody followed me on my Fur Affinity account where I get my porn commissions. I was like, oh, who's this? It was another diaper account again. I get a lot of diaper people for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why this happens to me, but you know, if it pays, it pays. You know. So, Brendan A. Chapman, if you meant to put this into the hashtag, I don't think you did. We agree. Doily is a bad word, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's a stupid word.
I also hate like every term for feces other than shit, like poop or poopy, because it grosses me out. It makes me uncomfortable. Anytime
like
shite is okay. Like
you don't like candy bars. I hate when people call poop candy bars.
Yeah. Like why would you do that? Why? Why would you? I like Three Musketeers. Why did you fucking ruin it for me, you fucking assholes?
It's thanks to fucking Caddyshack. I can never eat a Babe Ruth bar.
Well, Babe Ruths are terrible anyway, so you know.
Yeah, but like, I was okay with them until I saw Caddyshack. Like, if I've just been trick or treating and I got some Baby Ruths, you know, I may as well eat those. I can't even do that anymore thanks to fucking Caddyshack.
Aren't you like 21? Like, why would you go trick or treating?
Why do you've known me for so long, and yet you feel the need to ask that question when you damn well know the answer?
Oh my god, that was a plot to a World Guardians comic, if I remember correctly. I made a Halloween comic, right? This was issue 6 of the old series, which we may cover sometime. But in this issue, Nolan goes trick-or-treating. He's like, man, well, back in my homeworld, my sister went trick-or-treating. I told like this true story about how my sister went trick-or-treating. And it was like, but everybody gave her mean looks because she was too old for it. And she was just like, well, don't worry about it. And Nolan was like, okay, I'll go trick-or-treating. Then everybody was zombies.
That was a plot of a Randy Cunningham episode. Randy Cunningham ripped off World Guardians.
Man, World Guardians was such a visionary in its field. Like, man, I'm underappreciated in this time and that time.
And anytime, really.
Thanks for that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Buddies.